Hey team, how are you? Jamie here. I'm in the little Bangkok kitchen in the top of the gym. Just a little meal tip actually. This one's, I've got a few little meals that I use as go-tos for meal prep and when I'm certainly under the pump and haven't got a lot of time. This one here I really like because it is, it's easy, you don't have to overthink it, it's not a fucking time vampire. And what I've got, and it's good to get some of those good healthy carbohydrates in with some starchy veg. I call it a roasted vegetable medley. Got dirty old sweet potato, or what we call in New Zealand a kumara. Got a couple of sneaky leeks over here. These leeks have been trimmed for my convenience. We've got some lovely Tasmanian carrots. No comment. And we've got a butternut pumpkin, which is really nice. So the leeks give it that nice sort of oniony flavour, you know, just to give it a bit of flavour. And I thought, because I'm going to be a little bit decadent, as a bit of a treat, I've got some goat's milk feta. So just a nice little bit of a little cheesy option there, getting a little bit Mediterranean on this glorious winter's day. Alrighty. So when you're chopping stuff up, team, what you'll notice is that I'm chopping this sweet potato into, you know, reasonably thick cubes. And what you want to do for something like this, for cooking purposes and timing purposes, is you want it all roughly about the same size. So you don't want to be cutting some big chunks and cutting some small chunks. So, and that goes for every single thing that I'm cutting up. So I'm just sort of spreading the sweet potato on the roasting tray, which is taking about 100 years, and I put in a bit on the floor just for flavour. So a little bit of sand on the floor and stuff like that always makes sweet potato taste really well. So I've got these lovely little Tasmanian carrots. So just really quickly, same thing, taking the top and the tails off, and you'll notice that, you know, if that's the size of the sweet potato cubes, you want to kind of do the same with the carrot, because you want them all to be about the same size roughly, so the cooking time is the same. So it's already at the same time. So the moral of the story is we want it already at the same time. Did you guys get that at the same time? I got that at the same time. Rightio. So I've cut all these fuckers up, and as you can see, everything's roughly about the same size, give or take. So that just makes the cooking process a bit better. So you get a lovely little vegetable medley. I've cooked a big tray. So in terms of portion sizes, I've probably got about 2 days worth of starchy veg. And I can add that to every meal. Like imagine having a few little sneaky scrambled eggs for breakfast with a lovely little roast vegetable medley. Come lunchtime, you might have some smoked salmon or some mussels or a piece of meat or something like that. And then obviously you can have it with dinner as well. So you probably got a couple of days worth. Now that took me exactly 15 minutes to completely go from start to finish. So I've got pumpkin, carrot, sweet potato and leek. Got a little bit of olive oil here. This is actually Emma's olive oil, and I appreciate the fact that she's sharing her olive oil, even though she doesn't know that I fucking borrowed it. Thank you, Emma. So put a little splash on there, liberally, generously. And then we've got some pink Himalayan salt. Season accordingly. Now you've got to season this shit. These lazy people that don't put salt and pepper on their food, it's just a fucking injustice. So we get the old salt action happening. That looks nice. A little bit of cracked pepper. Just put everything on the floor. There we go there. Hopefully that's cracked pepper and not cayenne pepper. Be interesting. So as you can see, here it is, prep ready to go. I'm going to chuck it in the oven and fucking forget about it. I'll come back and get that bad boy in about, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes to half an hour. So if you think total cooking time, 45 minutes to an hour, you're probably having a laugh. Perfect. I'll show you the end result soon. Rightio, this is going to be a bit interesting. Holding the camera and taking out hot roasted vegetable. Oh, get in. Look at that. Glorious. So what essentially we've got to do here, team, is obviously we can't add the feta cheese to this while it's hot. I suppose we probably could, but it will melt and distribute itself all through the salad. But there we go, man. How good is that? Ooh. So there we've got our nice hot roast vegetables for our vegetable medley. We'll let that cool down. I'll add some of that feta cheese to it, and that'll be awesome. Perfect. So as you can see, team, We actually only got 4 containers now. These are quite generous serves. So as I said earlier in the video, you could get half a dozen, or you could get eggplant and just go like that. That could happen as well. So we've got 4 very generous serves. These would be really good on training days. So if you've got a heavy session coming up or a hectic session, then something like this that is full of good, healthy, simple carbohydrates, it's a really good option. But easy as. Thank you for watching. I hope that roast vegetable medley with cow's milk feta changes your life.